Good evening, Mr. Babu.
Good evening.
So we have many hats, but one of those hats is being Vice Chairman of TSDSI. And today in the inaugural speech, you mentioned that TSDSI being a young initiative, but already 3 years and already contributing in many ways to India's cause of enabling India to be the destination for manufacturing and all that. So standards do play a big role, and your scope is telecom. However, today we are talking in the smart city context, and you mentioned that that TSDSI is very much ready to take on that role about gathering requirements and all that. So can you share a bit about what TSDSI can play a role in India's smart city mission?
Okay, sure. I think as I already mentioned, you are also referring to that TSDSI has started off with some core focus areas which have been primarily on the broadband wireless aspects. And as we moved on, we found that there is a lot of standardization requirement coming up in the smart cities, which are related to the network side, service side, application side. And that way, it's very important that we look at the requirements of standardization from Indian stakeholders' point of view. Because as you all know, like Government of India has a lot of ambitious smart city mission initiatives going on in several cities, and if they have to succeed, it's extremely important that the platforms used, the kind of facilities available for the technical designs are all amenable for a kind of what we call as future-proof situation, where only standards can help in that kind of a scenario. The systems that we have looked at, whatever the smart city, the technologies and the platforms are quite complex. And there are lots of players in this field with various disparate technologies, disparate kind of domains. And it's extremely important that to connect all these together, there needs to be a set of standards. And what we have as an organization, what TSDS is doing is to expand our membership, include those stakeholders who have very specific focus on smart cities, not just on the broadband wireless or a specific telecom aspects alone, and to ensure that their requirements, their expectations are brought into the forum, and we can meet their requirements of standardization through TSDSI. That will be the best what we can do in the next 2 to 3 years. That's the plan.
So just further, going deeper into it, CDOT is one of your members, and they have made this common service layer framework, and their claim is that it can bring the kind of benefits to smart cities. How do you see the way ahead? Do you see that smart cities would be ready to adopt such frameworks, or what we need to do that things converge? Because these are heterogeneous stakeholders, not just telecom players.
Right. So I think you have a good point. One point, looking at the technology point of view, the standards platform point of view, I would say we are in a stage which is better off than earlier, where we have, say, something called a 1M, 2M platform, which is fairly mature and has been demonstrated in several cities, though not in India, outside. So taking cue from there, first what we are looking at is to see those platforms based on 1M, 2M being delivered in India, being used in India, and have the kind of an experience. That makes us wiser in terms of how to adapt, how to kind of customize, how to kind of build on it for the requirements that we have for India. So there is a base, but of course we have a lot of work to do, and the kind of parties that are involved, for example, right from ministries, Ministry of Urban Development, whether it is the industry associations, there is a lot to do in terms of bringing them together. It's just a start of the journey, I would say, and these forums or workshops like today's are really helping towards that. I think we'll have to have many such meetings, many such kind of forums to build on, to share the knowledge and experience that we have, and to reach a mature state maybe a few years down the line. And TSDSI is one of the, what I would say, very strongly focused multi-member organization which will be playing that role.
So maybe my last question, since I am representing myself, the India EU project, are the Indian standard definition body or organization. So, what possibilities do you see that project should play more active role when it comes to India-EU collaboration?
Right. So here again, I may be taking from what I was mentioning earlier, and what we've seen in the workshop today. We have kind of heard quite a few such projects which are ongoing in Europe, and we saw some of the learnings that is coming out from there, and what they also look at what can we learn from India, because some of the experience that we have in India could be something which can feed back to Europe or the globally. I think this is where the Indo-EU cooperation can really play a role, not just in terms of workshops, but in terms of putting together these players who are on both sides and make other avenues where we can actually share and then build on those. That's
So I thank you, Mr. Babu, for your time, and I hope TSSI keeps playing that vital role of bringing India's requirement together and also the stakeholders, so that we produce global standards from India.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.